Very few people have heard of the Ninth Ward in New Orleans until Hurricane Katrina and all of the heartbreaking images we saw of the survivors there. Those memories have been captured vividly in a new book by Lynette Wilkinson called Untold, the New Orleans Ninth Ward You Never Knew.
I have to say that this is truly a God-inspired book. There is no way that I could have come up with all the ideas for the book that I did on my own. So I have to say it was God-inspired. Aside from that, I had a very strong desire to share the story of the people from the lower Ninth Ward. The images that we saw on television after Katrina could not possibly let people know what these people were really like. And so what I wanted to do was let them know that these were family-oriented people, community-minded, hardworking, and this is something that you just could not see on just a news clip that was just a few seconds long. So I wanted to share that. I am from the New Orleans Ninth Ward. That's where I grew up. And so when I saw the images on TV, I just thought, these are my people. I have to do something to help. By me being the writer, I thought that this is my gift. Why not use my gift to help them and donate the proceeds to an organization that is trying to help the residents recover? The stories were riveting. When I heard them tell their stories, it's as if I was going through it with them. And I realized this was really a life and death situation. One story that really stands out is the story of a couple, Stanley and Betty, and they survived by going to the second floor of their home. As they were up there, they looked across the field that's directly in front of their home, and they saw waves of up to 25 feet rushing towards them. They had 14 and a half feet of water in their home within 10 minutes. So for someone to survive that, if it just comes upon you and you don't even know it, you can see why so many people may have lost their lives. The other thing was just the courage and the faith and the hope of the people that survived this. They had so much to go through, but yet they're still hopeful about the future. What I have heard from the people who lived there and actually went through this are that, number one, of course, the levees. We've been hearing about the levees for many years, how they could have been built up better so that it could possibly have deterred some of that water from flooding. The other thing is, what they reminded me is that a lot of people in New Orleans do not own their own transportation. They depend on the public transportation system, so that even if they wanted to escape, they would not have had a way to do it. And so if planning had been done to where they could use maybe some of the public service buses, charter buses, to give people an escape route, perhaps we would not have had some of the chaos that we saw in the aftermath of Katrina. What I would like to do is make a tangible contribution, something that will actually help them. And so I'll be looking at certain organizations that are helping the people in the lower Ninth Ward, and I've heard that there are several. The areas where I'm particularly interested are education. My heart is always with the kids, and they are the future of the community. Next, health. If you don't have good health, you can't go forward. And of course, the rebuilding for all of those who want to come back. My wish is that everyone who wants to return home can. A lot of people felt that there was nowhere else to go. This is where they grew up. This is their home, and they want to be back. So if they desire to be back, I would wish for them that they could return. Not only that, but that they would have the resources that they need and the services so that they can live comfortably. And for the lower Ninth Ward to not only survive, but to thrive, and for it to be even better than the way they remembered it. It's the community. They may have not all been wealthy people, but they were hardworking people. They really cared about each other, and it was more like a family. As one person says in the book, sometimes you didn't know who was really related and who wasn't, because everybody just had that feel and just that camaraderie. They looked out for each other, and that is what's bringing people back now, because they miss that and they're not able to get it living in other places. We all have a purpose in life, And whether or not you decide to fulfill that, that is up to you. It does not mean that what needs to be done will not be done, but what it means is that you will miss the blessing from not doing what you're supposed to do. And I was determined I was not going to miss my blessing. I was going to go through with this, and I was going to do the very best that I can. So if this is it for me, then I am perfectly happy. It's wonderful.